Hi everybody, coming to you from Brownwood, Paddock Square. Going to take you on a golf cart tour today. We're going to leave here right now. It's 12:46 p.m. and we're going to drive to Lake Sumter Landing. We're going to see how long it takes, and I'm going to show you some of the sights along the way. We're at the corner of Brownwood Boulevard and West Torch Lake Drive. I'm going to turn right here. The building right in front of you is the sales office where it all started for a lot of you here, if you've bought in the last 5 years. We're going past the Village's golf shop, golf carts, right up here on the right. Village's golf cars. And we're turning left right here on Shady Nook Run. Going to turn here. We're following the Village's GPS app, by the way, if you hear that in the background. We're going to turn here and go on the multi-modal path. And we are heading for the Eisenhower Rec area. This was the home of Larry the Alligator right through here. He's now residing in Gatorland in Orlando. That's the story anyway. They took him away. Now this is one of the few roundabouts for golf carts here in the Villages. Most of the roundabouts are for automobiles. This one's quite pretty.
Exit the traffic circle.
Now we're going through one of the many tunnels, Tunnel B25. This goes under the road 44A. It's amazing the amount of work that goes into these tunnels and the retaining walls. This comes up to a beautiful area with large live oak trees and all that Spanish moss.
1,000 feet, make a slight right.
We're driving parallel now to Buena Vista. Eisenhower Rec Center is on our left. You might go there and play some table shuffleboard, pickleball, bocce, billiards. And we're following the directions, like I said, on the Village's GPS app. This is not the free app. This one costs, I don't know, $6.95, something like that. I think it does a pretty good job. Now, because there are entrances to various neighborhoods, we have to do a little zigging and zagging to stay on Buena Vista, and you'll see how that's done. This is how it's handled on just about every one of the neighborhoods here in the Villages. This is the neighborhood of Collier. If you knew this area, this is Hendry Drive. Going back through here, that's where Sweet Gum Golf Course is, Mangrove, Palmetto. All those are executive courses, and they're all right here off of Hendry. And we'll go across, making sure there's no traffic. And now we're back parallel to Buena Vista. Once in a while, you may come to a stop sign on these multimodal paths like this. Many times it's an entrance to a maintenance area. This one for the golf maintenance. for mangrove and sweet gum. I'm using a Caddy Buddy phone holder, so we're videoing. The phone is attached to the golf cart, so I'm sure you're getting some shake. Sorry about that. I do have image stabilization turned on the phone. Hopefully it's reducing that a little bit. See a neighborhood on the right there? We're not going to cross over, but that is Hillsboro. And we're cruising at 18 miles an hour now. Up to 20 is legal. More than 20 technically illegal. Most people go 21, 22. Now we have to cross under Buena Vista, so we'll be on the other side. And we're heading north. Have to be careful here where you turn into these tunnels, that people aren't coming in or going out at a high rate of speed. I am one of the notorious people that forget to turn off their turning signal, but Linda uses her elbow to remind me. By the way, today's trip is special. We're traveling with one of our grandchildren. He's sitting between us here in Linda's golf cart, taking everything in. He's a very good boy. And by the way, it's 3 days after Memorial Day, but we're still flying the American flag on Linda's golf cart here.
Try not to hit those water holes.
Linda just told me to try not to hit the pothole or the manhole covers. Do any of your wives or husbands ever help you drive? I like it when she does that. Oh, look, another one. She's pointing at it. Now we're coming up pretty close to Evans Prairie Golf Course. You can see it on the right, Evans Prairie Country Club. And we'll have to go around that as well. About 3 or 4 months ago, right here at this very spot, somebody came over and flagged me down and introduced themselves because they had seen us on YouTube. Since then, it's happened many, many times. We always like that. In fact, we just had lunch with one of our YouTube watchers, and once in a while our schedule will allow that, and we like that very much too. Still heading north on Buena Vista. We're on the other side now. I can see that camera bouncing. I'm holding it steady with my hand right now. I don't know if it makes any difference or not. But I can't drive like this, so I'm gonna have to let go of it. Look, Linda, another manhole cover.
It's not for me, it's for the viewers. Don't follow me.
This is Gilchrist neighborhood, a very nice neighborhood here in the Villages. We have to cross across here. Have to stop because one car is coming through the gate. And the gate is closing, so it's okay for us to go.
In 800 feet, make a slight right.
I'm going to estimate this will be a 30-minute trip, and I really appreciate those of you that are hanging in there with us because that camera is bouncing, and I hope you don't get a headache. Now we're coming up to the intersection of Buena Vista and 466A. We're going to have to cross under 466A. Moving right along here.
In 1,000 feet, turn left.
There's a tunnel right over here. It's going to take us under 466A. And then we're going to drive through Turtle Mound Golf Course. That golf cart came out a little bit, didn't it? Made my turn a little bit harder, but no problem. See the big mirror on the wall that tells me if anything's coming down? Clear sailing. A little bump here at the top. So here's where we enter Turtle Mound Golf Course. The multimodal path goes right along. And you know, you'll see a water tower up there. See it? There are quite a few of those in the villages, and if you're not careful, you can use one for a reference point, get turned around, and you're really looking at the wrong one. A nice wide path to drive on. Right ahead of us now on the right, you can see one of the starter shacks. That is for Turtle Mound. It's called the Starters Shack. That's where you report with your ID when you have made a reservation and you want to play golf. Another crossover to one of those maintenance buildings I was telling you about. Very nice practice facility here, a big putting green. And right now we have to cross under again. This is Buena Vista. On our left is a golf course called Sand Hill. Sand Hill is an executive golf course. The village of St. James is back this road. This is St. Charles Place. There's the Sand Hill Starter Shack. We're going to stop here and make sure the coast is clear. We take turns so that nobody gets into a traffic accident. And now we're back out on Buena Vista. Now we've been on the left side of Buena Vista. We've been on the right side. Now we're back on the left side. Why did we switch? Well, because we would have been driving through another golf course that doesn't have multimodal path. So that's why they've routed us around that golf course.
Continue straight to stay on golf cart path. Continue on golf cart path for an hour.
I remember the first time we came here, we took golf cart rides. I always felt like coming from Indiana that we were going through Disney World, the way that everything is landscaped so nicely. The grass always seems to be trimmed just at the right height. Lots of beautiful shrubs and flowers. And now we're passing Seabreeze. This is a really, really nice recreation center.
Had a sand volleyball going on.
Now, Linda just pointed out they were playing sand volleyball back there. Right behind a New York golf cart with a golf bag that looks like the presidential seal on it. You don't think. Could it possibly be the president?
He's got it on his cup holder too.
Right, he definitely has the presidential seal. Straight ahead of us is the village of Duval,
Straight to stay on golf cart.
if you wondered where Duval is.
Continue straight to stay on golf cart path. Continue straight to stay on golf cart path.
The farther north we come in the villages, the older the homes are. But that being said, I don't think these are too old. I'm going to guess 10 years old, maybe in that neighborhood where we are right now.
Continue straight to stay on golf cart path.
The villages doesn't mess around when it comes to building. They can put homes up in a short period of time. That's why the new villages down there, Marsh Landing, Fenney, Linden, McClure, they all seem far away right now because the connectivity is not there. The bridge and the golf cart path hasn't been built. But I'll bet in 10 years that area is booming down there. It's not what we wanted because we're ready to retire now. We don't want to wait 10 years. So we love where we are in the Brownwood area, and that's going to become more centralized as the villages creeps southward. The other end of St. Charles Place.
Right to stay on golf cart path. In 1,000 feet, continue straight to stay on golf cart path. Continue straight to stay on golf cart path. In a quarter mile, continue straight to stay on golf cart path.
Linda's cart is a little bit peppier than my cart. I got in my cart yesterday and I noticed that there was a big plastic block taped to the gas pedal. Linda had been driving my cart and she's got a little booster that she puts on the gas pedal because her feet are not as long, her legs are not as long as my legs. I took it off, no problem, just Velcro. But still, I was surprised. I wondered why I felt so uncomfortable driving for a minute. Those of you that are familiar with the area know that Buena Vista goes north to south the entire length of the villages.
Right to stay on golf cart path.
Of course, not including the Finney, Marsh Landing, Linden area down that way. Those of you that are watching, are you hypnotized yet? We're not too far away now. We got to cross over this neighborhood. This is Bailey Trail. Over on the right, you'll see we're going to drive by the Lake Miona Recreation Center in just a moment. That's where Linda and I take ukulele. We've had a lot of fun with the ukulele. We've put it kind of on the back burner for summer. We've got the grandchild today. Today would ordinarily be our ukulele day. Last week, I think we took a trip somewhere last Thursday, so we missed it also. There's the sign, you can see it, Lake Miona Recreation Center.
You're still following that guy.
Right to stay on golf cart.
Oh, there's a beautiful cart.
In 600 feet,
Check that mirror. I see a cart's coming down. There it is. If you're watching, I wonder how many tunnels that is. Maybe 6?
Continue straight to stay on golf cart path.
Of course, Sumter Landing is the center town square right now. Plans are in the works for a town square down in that very southern portion that we talked about. Don't know where that's going to be or when they're going to build it. But right now, Sumter Landing is the middle. But like I said, that middle is slowly creeping southward. Now, this is one of my favorite areas in the Villages. Look at these beautiful trees, live oak trees, the Spanish moss, beautiful landscaping and nice benches to sit on. Just a gorgeous place.
Turn left onto golf cart tunnel, then turn right onto golf cart path.
Going under Stillwater Trail.
Continue straight to stay on golf cart
And we're going to turn right.
Continue straight to stay on golf cart. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Canal Street.
I know Melody Lane, one of our residents and a great YouTuber here in the Villages, has some awesome golf cart trips. Skip Smith he's the king. Skip is the king of the video bloggers here in the Villages, and he has some really, really nice golf cart trips and a ton of other information. I don't think we can hold a candle to Skip, but we're just giving you the newcomer's perspective. And look where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Sumter Landing. So we're there. Let's see what time it is. 1:13. So that took 27 minutes. That's not too bad. 27 minutes from Brownwood Paddock Square to Sumter Landing. I'm going to go around the square for you and point out some of the things you may be interested in. On the right here is the 2J's restaurant. On the left, Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. They have these restaurants in Brownwood as well. A Hallmark store, City Furniture, Bear Dance Boutique, Ancient Olive, the Flying Biscuit Cafe. I've heard some good things about that.
Brand new.
Joseph A. Banks. Lots of chocolate stores, shoe stores. There's a day spa, the Tuscan Day Spa. Thai Ruby, Thai Cuisine. The Kitchen Collection, the Purple Pig.
Turn right onto golf cart, then turn left onto Lake Sumter Landing.
So here we are. There's your town square. The Bait Shack. Starbucks. Panera Bread. Here's the sales office at Sumter right there. It's really pretty from the backside. By the way, you can take a trolley tour from all of the sales centers. Very nice. We'll do more from Sumter some other day. They have just a beautiful residential area just around the corner here. of some of the older homes. Very quaint. See the waterfront here. We're going to continue around the square. Canal Street. There's R.J. Gator's Florida seafood spot back there. Ambrosia on the square. Thevillages.net, that's where you make your tea times and find out village news. Johnny Rockets up ahead. There's the movie theater right there. Two Mermaids.
Swimsuit store.
I've never even seen one mermaid yet. So that's the square, 27 minutes, and we were not exactly hauling the mail. I mean, we were going 18, 17 miles an hour most of the way. So you've seen how we do it, and appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy our videos. We really appreciate that. We recently hit 2,000 subscribers. That's wonderful, and it's thanks to every one of you. So until next time.
See you when you get here.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh.
We'll see you when you get here.